Habari Entertainment proudly presents Habari Live. Habari Live. From Phoenix, Arizona. And you're listening to the Habari Live podcast, the show that brings you news, sports, and entertainment for people who love HabariEntertainment.com. Here are your hosts, Iesha, Jimmy, and Damon Dipleen Ellison. Let's get it going. We are all the way live.
Good morning. Another episode of Habari Live, episode 36, I believe, where we keep you updated on the news, sports, and entertainment throughout the week. Like always, we're all the way live from Paradise Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's get it going. And today we're going to be talking about Joe Manchin, Phoenix Suns, Bootsy Badass, Ricky Martin, and much more. But first, let's get our special guests in the house and get them talked about and introduced. Today's special guest, is going to be Matt Derdivanis. He's a realtor from the Art of Real Estate in Phoenix, Arizona. Let's welcome to the house.
Thank you.
No problem. Bring the mic all the way to you. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
Thank
How you doing, Matt? Man, thanks for coming, man.
Thank you for having me. It's a marvelous opportunity.
Definitely, man. We want to make sure that people get to know what you're doing out here, and you're doing big things, selling terrific homes, and knowing and letting people know what's going on with how to become a realtor and other ways to maybe help get people into homes.
Shop, sell, list, whatever it is that I can be of assistance with. That'd be a remarkable opportunity for me, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been in the real estate game for about, I'd say, 2.5, 3 years. The first year was the hardest.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't really know where I got my start. I was originally selling men's testosterone at a men's fertility clinic.
Right, I see you jacked up over there.
Trying. I used to be a lot bigger. I'll try to get it in where I can fit it in.
Right.
But yeah, I worked at a men's fertility clinic selling testosterone, mostly to athletes.
Okay.
And they ended up shutting their doors pretty much the same day of my birthday.
Wow.
Back in 2020. And the next day was my mother's life-saving procedure to save her life. She had acute lymphocytic leukemia.
Wow.
And I magically ended up being her donor, her stem cell donor.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. So I don't really know how that
bro.
works. So apparently I came back as a tissue match, and they called me from the hospital. And the whole procedure is I had to start taking in stem cell stimulants into my abdomen. And then upon the 5th day, they'd bring you back into the hospital and hook you up to this machine for 5 hours.
Wow.
And this machine would extract a lot of your blood.
Right.
And then it would carefully extract the stem cells. I don't know how it knows how to do that.
Wow.
But it does. And then, so I was in the hospital that whole day. And as I was about to walk in the hospital, I got that phone call that the clinic was shutting their doors.
Wow.
So pretty much I had no job at that point.
That's crazy. That's a crazy day. You go through the day, you're going through a lot of stress trying to go through your mother and help your mother out. You finally get to a situation where you can, and then you get this phone call.
Yeah. And it was, I don't know how to put it really into words, what your mind frame is at that point.
Right.
Where you're like, how am I gonna get paid?
Right.
How am I gonna take care of myself?
Definitely.
So I just walked in the hospital and I told my mom, and she looked up at me, tears in her eyes, and just said, what are you good at? And I said, what do you mean? She goes, we don't really have all the time in the world to sit here and feel bad for ourselves.
That's real, man.
We don't have time to have pity.
That's real.
And wallow in our own tears and feel bad about the predicament that we're in.
Yeah.
So she's like, what are you good at? We got to figure that out in like the next 5-10 minutes. And I said, everyone keeps saying real estate because I'm a natural salesman, but I'm not out here trying to sell.
Right.
I'm just being myself.
Definitely.
And I took my last couple $100s and went full-fledged into real estate. Literally my last couple $100, I was broke.
Wow.
I had nothing. And from the mud, and got my license and never looked back. Couldn't really look back. And I just winged the whole thing. And
how did you pass the test though?
The school test was the most difficult. It took me a couple tries.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
It's quite deceiving. That's what I will say.
Okay.
The state and the nationals were pretty easy. I passed those,
Okay.
the first time. And then it was all about trying to find the right mentorship. And as you know, real estate, it's not easy.
No,
People get taken advantage of. It's
Yep.
shark infested waters.
definitely.
There's chum in the waters. Everyone's trying to get to some place,
Yep.
and whether that's using somebody,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's out there. It's like crabs in a bucket.
Yep.
And that was the most difficult process for me, just trying to find the right place where I'm supposed to fit
Right.
in. And I just kind of let God, I put him in the driver's seat. My
Mhm.
mom just said, you got to put God in charge of everything and let
Right.
him be in the driver's seat. And if it weren't for him, I don't know how I would have
Man.
done whatever I've been doing.
Hey, bro, whatever it takes to make you feel that you can get through these things. Everybody has their what they need. You know what I mean? And that's, to me, what it's all about. How did you get through this? And if that's what it took, hey, that's what it took for you. I know many other people who use God, and you have God as a very good strong structure for them in their
Yeah.
lives. And I never look down on that or say anything
Uh,
bad about that, because you use what you need to make you get through this life.
Exactly.
It's hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
Nah.
And
When your mom's dying,
right, exactly.
she's in the ICU, and
Mhm.
I got that call Christmas of 2018,
Right.
and they just called me and they said, your mom's in the ICU. And I remember at the time I was working a different job,
Mm-hmm.
and I just walked out and showed up at the hospital, and they just said, your mom, her white blood cell count is literally so high. She pretty much at this point, she doesn't have even really 24 hours.
Mm.
And I just broke. And so we just leaned on God the whole way through.
Yeah.
And my mom said she was going to beat it.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up walking out by herself, nobody.
That's crazy, bro.
And I'm here because of my mom. I'm here because of God. I'm here because of the fact that we didn't allow whatever it was that was trying to pull us away from where our purpose was.
Mm-hmm.
We allowed it we allowed it to carry us through
Right.
to where we knew we needed to be.
Man. And that's what strength is about.
Yeah.
It takes strong people to get through that. Now, I want to tell you that my mother died. She passed away of liver cancer.
Oh, wow.
When I was like 27. You know what I mean? So it's been a little while. She's been gone a little minute.
You know how
man.
hard
So
that is
it's hard, man.
when you're watching them just like fade away.
It's hard, bro. And I talk about it as, I never thought that she was the strongest person I know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was hard to see it. And you just get your first idea of how fragile life really is.
And as a
You know what I
son,
mean?
you feel like you could do so much more, but you feel like the whole world's against you. Like you
Right.
don't know
It's nothing you can really do.
where am I supposed to pull from?
Right.
You don't
And-
know where you're supposed to pull from.
And that's a big thing too. You was able to help. And that's crazy. I wasn't able to do anything. There's nothing I could do. She had liver cancer stage 4. It was pretty, pretty bad situation. But you were able to help her. And I know that makes you feel really good. And you're able to see your mother, and you guys have a great relationship. And that's what it's about, right?
She helped me through more so than anything. I
Mhm.
mean, I've never seen such a fighter. And she's the reason why I kept going and told me don't quit. And there were some times I remember studying out of the hospital, and I remember buckling in the hospital hallway when they turned off the lights, and I was like in a cradle position, just bawling my eyes out, not knowing like, yo, God, I really need you right now. Like, I really need you to pull through right now and show
Right.
me what I'm supposed
Show
to
the
be
way.
doing here.
Right. Yeah, man.
And obviously, I'm still here, and I could have
Mhm.
failed a lot of times.
Yeah, man. That takes strength. And we want to definitely give you guys a round of applause for that, because, man, that's, like I said, man, that's a strong, strong story, man. And it takes strong people to make it through things. Some people don't make it through, man. Like I said, my mother did not. So you got to be blessed and happy that came through, and you was able to make it through, and have a good day in the future with your mother. You got kids?
I have 2 fur children.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Prince Charming and Tarzan. They're toy Pomeranians. They're my life.
Uh-huh.
I cook for them. They don't get dog food, so I treat them like children,
Right.
and they become my children. Even on like when I've dated, people have asked me, "You have kids?" I'm like, yeah, I got 2.
Right.
What they look like? Well, they're kind of furry.
Your fur babies.
Yeah,
huh?
my fur babies. They're my children, and
That's
they've got
real.
me through. And they're marvelous. They're wonderful kids.
Mhm.
And one brings out the softer side of me, then the other one's a little bit rough and tough.
Right.
So he's got the other aspect of me.
Mm-hmm. Do you have, I mean, I know this is a personal question, but do you have any aspiration of having kids? I didn't have kids until I was 40, so
I don't know. I don't know if it's in the cards for me. I just think that if God was going to manifest that in my life,
mm-hmm.
He'll bring me the right person accordingly
Right.
and present that opportunity. Until then, I'm just going to stay strapped in and buckle up
That's real, man. That's real.
and just keep grinding away. And right now, I think it's about positioning myself for more success, more wins, more blessings, like DJ
Mhm.
Khaled always says.
Right.
And if the right person comes along, then obviously I'll know because you'll let me know, hey, this is what I'm bringing in your life, and you'll just know.
Right. And you said your father was a sports broadcaster,
Sportscaster,
right?
yeah.
He's
My real dad, my biological father,
Mhm.
he was a sportscaster, play-by-play,
Wow.
color commentator for the Pittsburgh Pirates,
That's dope, man.
Kent Derdivanis. Yeah, and he did the Brewers, Red Sox, D-backs,
Wow.
Suns, Cardinals, Rattlers. He had quite the career. I didn't follow in his footsteps,
Yeah.
though.
Are you a big sports fan?
Yeah, I played ball. I played football, basketball,
Yeah.
tennis, golf. I think that kind of just comes with the territory.
Right,
I had
right.
an athlete dad, so he was always up in my face,
Right.
always trying to get me to do this, do that, hard on me from the stands. But I think as a father that has high expectations for his son, that just kind of, like I said, comes with the territory.
Yeah, most
You're bound
definitely.
to expect that.
Mhm.
I
Definitely, man.
I still hoop everybody in this room.
Oh, goodness.
I bet you do.
Like I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart and sincerely, that y'all ain't got nothing on me.
Oh, my
Or
goodness.
y'all
Is that what
can-
you got to add to the conversation?
Yeah, just something so important.
No, respect though. Respect.
He has all the confidence, but no go through.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
But
do.
yeah.
Yeah, I go through you going through the paint. That's
But yeah, man, Matt, it's definitely wonderful meeting you, man. I love your story.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break. We're gonna get Iesha in here and talk with her for a little bit.
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Habari Live's in the house. We were here with Matt Derdivanis, and he's a real estate agent, and he's going to talk a little bit about how did he get into real estate and what was some of the challenges that you faced when you first started to get out there, and also touch a little bit on what makes you a good agent.
So, what makes an agent a good agent? That's a question that's kind of hard to answer. I really think a good agent is someone that's got compassion, someone that has a drive that is more so geared in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
For me, when you're grounded in your faith,
Mhm.
I think that will always steer you in the right direction.
Right.
It's never led me in the wrong direction. I'm still here, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
A lot tried to pull me away from my purpose. So I think it's, again, staying grounded in your faith and always doing the right thing.
That's the big one, man. Doing the right thing.
Gary
man.
Vee always said, first and foremost, doing the right thing is
Mhm.
always, will continue to be doing the right thing.
Always. And if you do unto others as you want them to do unto you, you will have no problems in life.
Yeah. And I've had my hurdles. I
Mhm.
mean, I've had my difficulties, and trying to find the right people to position yourself with has been the most difficult.
Oh yes,
Because a lot of people are going to try to take away from you.
that's
A
real.
lot of people are going to play you, try to play you,
Use you.
use you,
Yeah.
and you got to be on top of your game to figure out who's who.
Mm-hmm. That's
It's
real,
like a
man.
guessing game: who's who and what's what.
Yeah.
And the right people are going to get you to where you need to be. And I think just, again, finding the right people that would carry me to my end goal
Mm-hmm.
was the most difficult. My biggest transaction, though, that I'm proud of, less than 2 years in,
Mm-hmm.
I closed a $2.2 million cash deal
Oof.
in less than, I'd say, 48 hours.
Oof.
Man, I was looking at some of the homes that you've been
Yeah.
selling, G, man. Holy crap, man.
It's all
Oof.
God, man. It's really, it's all God. And I have to give it to him, and my mother too, because she believed in me. I remember when I was broke at one point,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to my mother
Mhm.
and trying to get all teared up. I just came to my mom and I was like, I don't really know what to do.
Right.
And she, I guess, had some bonds stashed away
Mm.
from my past grandmother,
Okay.
and she cashed those out for me
Wow.
and put me on game.
Right.
And she herself was battling still post
Right.
leukemia.
Yeah.
And she held on to me and she said, "I love you, son. I believe in you.
Man.
And this isn't a loan.
Mhm.
This is me showing you that I love you and I believe in you. You're going to do great things."
Right.
And closing that deal, to me, I don't even know how I got there. I just
Man.
know that I got that phone call one morning as I was brushing my teeth, and they
Right.
said, "I need you to put this under contract, push the offer through, put it on a contract right now. And if you don't, we're going to cut you out and go directly to the listing agent."
Mm.
I dropped my toothbrush in the sink with Colgate on my mouth. I'm writing up the offer,
Right.
and we got it accepted, and that just was a game changer.
Man.
And but a lot of us are taking hits right now in the real estate market.
Yeah, man. I was
It's
going to ask you about that.
it's tough. I
Yeah.
mean, you have interest rates that are spiking,
Right.
and yet you have home values that are purchase. Excuse me, the the home values are decreasing. You're seeing more um, uh, price reductions
Really?
in a short amount of time.
Okay.
So you're seeing list prices drop.
I mean, they've been going up so much for the last 10
They
years.
were, and then just like that, as the Feds rose, with the interest rates,
that changed a lot, huh?
you're seeing more homes sit more days on market. Now the average is like 30 to 40 days
Okay.
from what I'm seeing. New home buyers are getting priced out
Right.
because obviously what you once could afford, you no longer can afford
It's real.
once they spike that interest rate again.
Yeah.
And now we don't know if, what they're going to do next. So a lot of these people are getting priced out, but then still it's a decent time to buy because you could still get that house under list price,
Okay.
and and you're seeing a lot of these price reductions still. But the moment you move forward, you're getting pricked by that interest rate. If you can take it for 6 months and get refied,
Right.
then that's still an opportunity. So it's like you have to be willing to compromise,
Right.
or else if you don't get in the game, you're going to lose that house that you've had your eye on for the last couple months.
Man. And it's tough, man. Right now, I mean, they talk about that there's not enough homes in Phoenix right now. Just per capita, that there's the amount of people that's moving in,
Yeah.
and with the amount of homes that we have built, not enough.
No.
What do you think going to be some of the fixes for some of these issues? Do you think we're going to have to build more? I see they're doing a lot of luxury apartments, but that's pretty much pricing everyone out
Yeah.
who can't afford it. It's not a lot of affordable homes going up right now.
I think it's about riding the wave right now and just kind of taking it as it comes. No one really has the right answers. I don't even have the right answers. I'm just leaning on faith, hoping to God we get through this, because if the Feds don't do something, if we don't correct something,
Right. It's going to be a
it's just going to
crash.
get hard. Well, not a crash, but we're seeing such an abrupt change in such a short amount of time
Right.
that no one really can get a grasp on what's really going on, how to correctly fix this. A lot of people are going to get priced out. A lot of people are getting hurt. Now, it's a great time to buy for the luxury aspect.
Right.
And that's where my uncle and myself, we got in. We just put one under contract over in North Phoenix, right over
Mhm.
here. And originally priced at 1,195,000. I got them down to 950. 3 weeks of going back and forth. And it was mad hard. But now As soon as this bad boy closes this month, we go in and do the remodel, relist probably September, October for somewhere around 1.7, 1.6, and I'll be working both. I'm working both sides,
Right. Right.
and I had to adapt.
Huh.
Obviously, I knew in the regular market, it was getting way too difficult,
Right.
and I wasn't about to take more L's.
Yeah, I've been seeing that a lot of the real estate, especially the people that like to do the house swaps, or they're losing a lot of money nowadays
Yeah.
in the with the interest rates and
Yeah.
with the price of materials going up,
Yeah.
lumber. So they've been losing a lot of money.
Well, the
just
regular
trying to do
market
those.
just is a difficult place to be right now. So I had to tell myself, I got to adapt. If you don't adapt, you're going to die in this market. So I had to go where the money was at and get connected to the right people. And thank God for my uncle giving me that opportunity with his guys. And then we're looking at 3 more in PV, all
Wow.
in the millions to the 2 millions to the 3 millions.
Yeah.
Looking to do 7 a year.
Yeah, man.
I'll be
That's
working both
that's
sides.
where the money's at, because
Well, I mean,
these people, they're going to be building, and they're
yeah,
obviously going
go to the
to
people
have
with the
money.
money, because the luxury department, those people, they're either going to come in with jumbo loans or all cash. They're not so much more dictated by the interest rates. And I
Right.
knew that.
hmm
I'm not dumb. So I had to go where the money was at. And for me, that's the only way I was going to be able to provide and keep going and doing what I'm doing.
Right. What do you think about these companies and people from and other companies from overseas coming over to America and buying up real estate? Do you think that kind of muddies the market, or do you think that's fair game, or do you think we should be like Canada and other places that don't allow outside countries to come in and buy up single home real estates and all different kinds of real estate in America?
It's a double-edged sword.
hmm
I mean, I can understand where they're coming from. I can understand their desire
Right.
to build on wealth. But at the same token, a lot of people are going to get hurt.
Right. Because they're
So it's
making
like,
it
what's the
harder
right
for
answer?
the simple person to buy
Yeah,
a home. It's making it harder because these guys from
they're
different
buying them up
corporations, they're
and they're
buying them
renting
up.
them out.
Right.
And then those families that ultimately need a house
hmm
are just they're gonna be forced to rent.
Right.
And with like you're seeing the new average rent just for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 2,100 a month.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
How can they afford that?
No one.
There has to be some type of correction, but I don't know what the right thing to do or say is at this point.
Right.
Even the feds, they don't even know what they're doing.
No, they don't. Everybody's throwing something shit at the wall and hoping that it sticks.
And it's not. And it's only getting, I don't know if it's getting worse, but it's getting to a point where there's a lot of things taking place that are unfair to the average homeowner.
hmm
A lot of people getting hurt. And that's why I really stress the importance of being compassionate, being a good agent,
hmm
and riding this wave with your client and putting yourself in the same position as them so you can understand what it's like for them out here.
Right. That's real, man. Um, how do you how do you determine which property are the best to show a certain client, or what properties you may say, oh, this client here may not like this? How do you determine which properties to show a client?
So I don't really determine what properties to show a client. A client will usually come to me by referral,
Okay.
word of mouth.
Okay.
I've never bought leads.
Okay.
I just want to put that out there. I've never bought leads.
Wow.
Let's make that clear.
That's crazy.
But my clients usually I'll send them a list of what they're looking for, their
Okay.
specifics,
Right.
and then we'll narrow them down. And they'll choose like maybe 4 or 5 to see, and we'll go check those out. And then based off their feedback, that's where I'll come in, and the house that they ultimately end up desiring,
Mhm.
we submit an offer on. Now, normal agents, what they would do is they just write up an offer.
Okay.
But what I've learned is you need to understand your playing field. So how do you understand your playing field? Um, I'm about to put you on some game. So the thing is, you call and you build a relationship with the listing agent.
Okay.
You genuinely build a relationship with them.
Okay.
And don't just try to build a relationship, you build a relationship with them.
Okay.
And you have conversations with them. You see potential in them as well. And you build on them. And then together you discuss, what are the current offers on that property? what is your offer situation?
Right.
What's your highest offer? Is it
Right.
cash? Is it finance?
Okay.
How high above list?
Right.
What did they waive?
So you can best estimate where you need to go on different
Yeah,
situations and make your decisions.
by getting that playing field from them, you know how to move on that playing field.
Right.
Now I know where to come in at.
Definitely.
You just told me what your highest offer is.
Mm-hmm.
You've expressed that to me. So now I know what I need to do
Right.
to close this. And then you incentivize the agent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for example, the one that we just put under contract, they weren't willing to take anything under 1,195,000. I got them down to 1,095,000. And then they said they weren't going to go any lower. And I said, how many days on market are you? You're like 45 days on market. Do you have any offers? No. Our
Right.
offer is the only one.
Right.
You really think you're going to get an offer higher than
Better
our?
than this?
Yeah.
Right.
At this point, you've been sitting on market for 45 days.
That's a long time.
So I said, if you don't take our offer, if you don't, and we walk, and you sit 60 days on market, and you get no more offers, would you want no money versus money?
Then you're losing money every month because you're paying mortgage. You have
Yeah.
to pay maybe double mortgage because you just got another home. Now you're paying double mortgage in both of these places. So it could be you're losing a lot of money every month.
And
Also.
it's about helping them position themselves to get money too,
Mhm.
and yourself at the same time.
Right.
You have to make sure you're both winning.
Definitely.
Not just about you trying to get what you want from them.
Mhm.
You got to show them that you genuinely care about
Right.
them monetizing on their opportunities.
Definitely. Because that's how you're going to get word of mouth. You can't get word of mouth by screwing people over all the time. That's not going to
Now
help.
you help them, you show them their potential.
Mhm.
If they were to do this, and when you show them their potential, then they see your potential,
Right.
and you work together.
I was my girl, she loves to watch the real estate shows. The
Love It or Listed.
Yeah, Love It or Listed. I just
Property
bought
Brothers.
she loves them. Now, how do you think about those?
HGTV, my favorite channel.
How do you think about those? The realism of those shows? Do you think they're pretty much all 100% fake stuff, or do you think that's pretty much how it goes to get your to flip a home?
I mean, I would say it's some of it is scripted.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's coming from a family that is technically in the entertainment industry. Some of it is scripted, but the work that goes into it is not. One of my friends, Jason Cameron, is actually on HGTV as well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, down in New Jersey.
okay.
So I know his show's for real
Mm-hmm.
because I know him personally. But a lot of that other stuff is technically scripted.
Yeah.
So, but the work is not easy, and the money that goes into those renovations,
Mm-hmm. It's real.
yeah, is real. And
Real
you're
money.
either going to fail, or you're going to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
My,
Yeah.
my uncle Scott, who
Uh-huh.
I talking to,
Yeah.
he was on one of the shows.
He was on one of those swap shows.
He I forgot which show it was, but he was trying to he was getting himself a house, and he was on HGTV.
Yeah, I got a question from Stephanie here for you, Matt.
Okay.
She wants to know how much do just a normal person usually have to buy a home. Not $1 million home, but just a startup single family home.
Well, again, I got to be careful on my verbiage and how I word this. Your first stop is going to be work with a lender first.
Okay.
You got to figure out what your finances look like.
Okay.
Because if I say the wrong thing, I could be misleading you. And I got to be really careful as a realtor what I say.
Okay.
Because, in this space, you have to correctly represent.
Definitely.
And so lender would be your first stop to see your financial ability.
Mm-hmm.
They would get you pre-qualified, your income,
Right.
Everything like that. So we can better know what your purchase power would look like.
Right. And there's a lot of things to help, first time buy homes.
Yes.
People who's buying their first home. And, you, it's like he's saying, you may be to get it into a home with no money. So
Zero down assistance
right,
programs.
zero down
Yes.
assistance programs.
Yep.
There's a lot of different ways to get into homes. So it's kind of hard to give a straight answer on how
Lender's
much
your
you would
first
need.
stop. And
Right.
then, obviously to get to that lender, you would have probably bumped into a realtor that you are looking to work with.
Okay.
I have a lot of remarkable lenders. I could easily help you. I would love the opportunity to help, anybody that's looking to get into home ownership.
Yeah, man.
Because real estate is the fastest growing opportunity, and it's only true way to build wealth.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to work with anybody that's looking to get into home ownership. I would love that opportunity. I'm grateful for the opportunities anyone would be willing to give me, because again, this is your career, and this is my ability to further help you
Mm-hmm.
and for us to be able to work together.
Yeah, man, because it's building wealth.
Yeah.
And you're building wealth for the future, especially if you are able to finish this out, pay for your home, and then go into financing another home.
Yep.
You can rent out the first home that you have.
Triplexes, duplexes.
Right. Then you can get you an apartment building. You have several different places for revenues streaming in.
Yeah.
You can start thinking about quitting your job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And doing other things.
And right now I need people to understand that there's a lot of fear mongering going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I need y'all realtors out there to stop doing that. You have a choice how you're going to react to the market.
Okay.
You have one choice how you're going to react to this market. You can't predict the market.
That's real.
You can't cause the market to act or behave a certain way.
That's real.
But you can act and behave a certain way according to the market.
Right.
So you as a realtor, you need to really understand that.
Wow. Because a lot of us now, we're sitting around with we're doing rain dance and hoping that it crashes so we can afford a home.
Yeah.
But no telling what it's going to do. It may get worse, and you sitting around waiting to try to get your situation in. Just get in there. You might as well just get in there, and that's what we're going to have to do, babe.
Yeah.
I mean, because we spent a lot of money starting this business up, so we wanted to get a home last year, but we started the business instead. So this year we don't have as much, so we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. And I think we're going to start looking into lenders also, because we got to start making decisions. Do we want to rent a home, or do we want to go ahead and start on our journey to own a home? And I want us to own a home. I mean, I'm sick of renting. I'm really sick. I've been doing it too long, man.
Yeah.
I want to own something.
Exactly.
And I want to be able to give this to my daughter where she has a
Yep.
home, and she don't have to worry about all these things that I had to worry about when I was 14, 15, 16. So, I mean, we're definitely going to be talking to you
I
a lot,
appreciate you.
because we need to figure out ourselves where we need to go to a
Yeah.
path to get us into a home as a single family. You know what I mean? And trying to come up and trying to build wealth for the future.
Yeah, you have to. And, it's, for me, it's all about having heart. A lot of people say having heart in this real estate game is going to get you hurt. But having heart is, that's having heart to me is everything.
Mhm.
And I don't care what people are going to say. I just believe in staying strong and keeping all heart.
Yep.
And that's what's going to separate me from everybody else. And you got to have all heart in this game, even if you hurt, even if you get hurt,
Mm-hmm.
because that's what's ultimately going to carry you much more in strength,
Mm-hmm.
because you learn, you grow, you adapt, and you never quite took an L.
Yeah.
Because if you learn from the experience, you never took an L.
Yeah. Learning is definitely.
I have another question.
Yeah.
How many?
David said, how many homes should I view, and should I do research on them before buying them?
That's a good question. It's really as it comes. If you have the right realtor that knows how to put together a good game plan,
Mm-hmm.
send you a list of homes that
Mhm.
are closely to what you're looking for,
Right.
and then you just narrow them down from there. I usually say to my client, pick 10 of your favorites.
There you go.
And then if you can spend 15 to 20 minutes at each one on a Saturday, you can probably get that knocked out maybe within 2 hours. And then within those 2 hours, they have more of a good visual image of as far as which home's the right one.
Right.
And then you call the listing agent, you do your thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then you let them know, hey, I'm submitting an offer. And you let them know who your client is as far as what your client's situation is.
Right.
If you can help them better understand your client, not just yourself as an agent,
Mm-hmm.
people will feel that. People will understand that's a more human side to you as an agent.
Right.
You know how to really represent yourself and your client as a human being,
That's important.
not just as a paycheck.
Right. And do you have someone come in first, check the foundation, check everything out? Do you
Inspections.
Inspections,
doing
yeah.
inspections beforehand? Do you
Always
do most people just make sure to do that? You pick a home, you say this is the one I like.
submit the offer. You get the offer taken or accepted.
Should you do that before the offer? Or
No,
should
as soon as you get the offer accepted, once you're under contract,
you,
that's when you call the inspector a reliable inspection company, one that you have a relationship with, and you get them in.
Okay.
Immediately upon contract acceptance. That's how I've always done it.
I'm kind of confused on that because if the foundation is messed up, then that should deter the house, the price of the home,
value
right?
of the home.
Well, you don't really know what you're getting until you get that inspector in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they come back with the inspection report, then you go over it with your client.
Okay.
And you also send the inspection report over to the homeowner as well.
Okay.
Just so everyone's on the same page.
All right.
And if there's some easy fixes, great. If that's something you can do and you can pick up the tab, great. But if there's some things that are really of significance,
right,
that's when you kind of take a closer look and you put in the requests. Okay. And whether that's a credit or whether you ask for the repairs to be done by the homeowner. Okay. A lot of homeowners just don't want to do it. Right. So you ask for a credit, which is basically either a price reduction or a credit. Okay. Because either way, you're getting that credit. Right. And you fix it yourself with the credit that you've been given. Okay. Or they just drop the price.
But that's definitely something that people need to make
sure always do. Always, right. Because you don't know what's behind those walls.
Right. That's real.
I mean, for us, for my uncle's company, for his guys, we accept the property as is, but we know that we have the money behind it
to fix it.
Yeah, correct. But for normal home ownership, always have inspections. Now, back in when we had that crazy time when everything was going up so high,
right?
Everyone was buying as is. And they were waiving inspections, waiving appraisals. A lot of people were getting hurt.
Right.
And those people that overpaid, well, guess what they're feeling now.
Right.
Because those home values aren't what they were when they first bought them.
Right.
That was California money. Still, a lot of people got hurt.
Yeah, man. And I do not understand why the prices of the homes in Arizona are so high.
Like, Arizona,
bro, man, is Arizona prime real estate?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like the new California is what they're saying.
Hey, man, I mean,
too damn hot though. It's too damn hot.
That's where I was from. Man. That's where my mind state is like. How is it prime? It's not near any water.
No,
no lake. Or no, well, we got lakes.
I mean, we got couple man-made lakes. We have around here.
We don't have a beach.
But it's so hot. How is it still prime real estate? Because of the tech and the jobs.
Yeah, and it's where the wealth is at.
Yeah, man.
And people are seeing this is where the wealth is at. Everyone wants to feel like they're of significance. Right. I feel like naturally as human beings, we want to feel wealthy. So we want to go where the wealth is. So everyone's just going to chase the wealth.
Crazy.
It's a crazy time, but again, you have a choice how you're going to react to the market. And I'm choosing to react a certain way to the market. I'm staying calm and cool. And I'm doing the best I know how to do. And that's all that one could possibly do.
Right. What do you think? This is the last question I'm going to go before I go into Habari News. What do you think the future of the rest of the state of real estate? Do you think the suburbs of Phoenix are going to continue to grow?
Yeah.
Do you going to grow all the way out to Payson, and all these areas are going to be the next big areas that are going to be striking and people are going to be moving to? Or do you think it's going to be a slowdown of this because of the water situation that we're facing? Do you think that's going to start to negate some of the building and real estate that we're pushing the boundaries on this?
No one really knows. No one really knows. I don't have a crystal ball, nor does anybody. But like I said, you just have to figure out a way. Either you're going to ride this wave, either you're going to get in,
right?
You're going to continue sitting on the sidelines throwing audibles.
That's real, man. That's the real one. Because it's waiting on the sidelines. You're just looking at the game.
And I want to say a quick shout out to Micra as well as Everyday Dose.
Okay.
There are two marvelous products that I use. For my morning caffeine.
Okay.
As well as my homeopathic product that I use just to help keep my health.
Okay.
It's a big shout out to them.
Yeah. Do you ever use the Naked?
I haven't tried the Naked Cookie. No, I have not.
They have some good products, man.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah, if you giving a shout out to them, you go to our page, our website, HabariEntertainment.com. We do have a link for people if they can click on that link, and you can go buy some of their products and see some of their products and get a discount from buying it from us. But they do a lot of stuff for people who are trying to, lift weights, stay healthy.
Yeah.
Cut
nutrition,
fat, do more nutritional value. So these people are good at that. So maybe you want to check them out.
It's good. Oatmeal raisin.
Yeah, you do a lot of healthy living. How do you? I know you said you were into the testosterone. I want to ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
How does that? How do you feel about that whole genre of
Weightlifting,
the
bodybuilding.
testosterone? Do you think it's the GNC products, the powders? It's kind of not like a wild wild west right now. Do you think that those products are good for people, or do you think there's some drawbacks and people need to watch what they're doing?
I think if you want me to be factually true,
Hmm.
I would say um, if you can do it naturally, I would.
Okay.
Myself, I ended up having near liver and kidney failure, complete.
Mm,
I was jaundice
dang, and this is
from
from
using performance enhancers,
wow,
and that was back in 2016.
right?
Ended up nearly on dialysis.
Whoa,
Hair came out, dropped from like 210 down to 153, and eyes were yellow. I mean, it was. I was in a bad spot, and I had to pull off
right?
because it was like Russian roulette.
Yeah, man.
And going forward, they told me that the significance of what was occurring, if I continued this type of lifestyle, it's not sustainable,
Wow,
and it was going to be pretty much Russian roulette for me. And so I've had to literally lead a clean lifestyle from
right?
that moment forward. So I would say a lot of those products you see at GNC, a lot of those things aren't really evaluated by the FDA.
They're not right.
They're not. And you don't know what you're consuming, what you're putting in your
Not.
body, how hard or how toxic that is
That's
to
right.
your liver, to your kidneys.
Mhm.
And long term, it's just not sustainable.
Right.
So if you can do it naturally, great. Naturally is the best way. A lot of these
Definitely.
products aren't meant for human consumption. They're
There you
just
go.
too toxic.
Right.
And people don't understand that you might look good in your early 30s as you compete,
Mm-hmm.
but when you reach your late 30s to your 40s,
Pay the price for
you're going to pay the price of that. Too many bodybuilders are dying.
Yeah, they are, man.
You see on Generation Iron,
Mm-hmm.
how many died in less than a month,
Yeah,
dropping
man.
like flies.
Yeah, all those guys die young, man.
I mean, it doesn't take a monkey to figure out what's really going
It's
on.
real, bro.
It's a push of products, but a lot of people are willing to die for what they want to do. I respect that, but you have to be willing to die just to get that moment on stage.
Right. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. And like I said, and you're doing a natural thing, and
Yeah.
you still look good. You still
Nothing.
got
No
cut up, so
protein
you know what I'm saying?
powders.
Right.
Nothing. Just I live off an alkaline machine that I have installed at my place.
Mm-hmm.
I can't have normal water.
Okay. Gotta have
So I've been living
alkaline
off
stuff.
this since 2016, and I can talk more about that. People have questions, but I live off that and just leading a clean lifestyle, eating the
Yeah.
right things, paying attention to what I consume,
Right.
the products that I buy,
Definitely.
and yeah,
There's a way back. You don't have to just go off the cliff because things went the
it's
wrong
not
way.
worth it.
You know what I mean? So that's dope, man. Thank you, man. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate you, bro. We're gonna go into some Habari news real
Sure.
fast. Let's get it.
And now, this week's Habari News Weekly with
I hit the button.
Oh, my bad. Habari
right.
News. Let's go.
So we got the news going this week, man. It's gonna be a long show today. What's up, Nico? You finally made it in, huh?
Yeah, I did.
Would you get here just 2 minutes ago?
What?
Just 2 minutes ago?
No. 20? Yeah.
So what you do? You do weightlifting stuff? You take the testosterone?
Yeah, look at these guys.
No. I've never done that.
No,
Never.
no. You don't.
Mm-mm.
Are you a workout? Did you go work out and lift weights and all that?
Mm-mm.
Never.
This is all natural.
It's all natural.
Whoa, this is concealed. You can't carry these guns up in here, Nico.
Right.
That's what I do to the older guys at my job. Whoa, sir, you can't bring guns in here. Whoa.
So I want to go over to some sad news. Unfortunately, we have in Arkansas a boy 5 fatally shoots his 8-year-old brother in his Arkansas home. Authorities say a 5-year-old boy fatally shot his 8-year-old brother in what investigators believe was an accidental shooting with an unsecured gun. The 8-year-old was found unresponsive Thursday afternoon at home in Pine Bluff, about 40 miles south of Little Rock,
Oh my, that's my
The Jefferson
blood.
County Sheriff's Office said he was pronounced dead at the scene. This is a tragic accident that could have been avoided. I can't empathize strongly enough that guns need to be well secured and put out of the hands of well children. Man, when they start making these parents pay the price for this shit, man, maybe these parents will put the guns up, man. I didn't have a picture for that. But can you bring up Joe? I got Joe Manchin in there. He should be the dude with the tie. We're gonna talk about Joe Manchin a little bit. He appears to sink the Biden agenda on climate and tax reform. He's a pretty much he's a very middle of a very right wing liberal, I would say. Middle of the ground, I would more say, but he's against the they hope to pass by recess to get a climate change reform coming through, tax reform going through, but looks like he's going to block that. People familiar with the matter said the Democrats were hopeful they could get a move on a slimmed down version of the one sweeping social and economic spending agenda, formerly known as the Build Back Better. Before they depart for Monday long August recess, Manchin had agreed to allow Medicare to negotiate prescription drug prices, potentially saving the government over $288 billion and bringing down costs for seniors. In addition, for a 2-year extension of pandemic era premium subsidies for lower income Americans enrolled in Obamacare. In a statement on Friday issued while he was in Saudi Arabia, Biden urged the Senate to move forward on a slimmed down set of proposals that Manchin endorsees, even if climate proposals have to be left on the cutting room floor. After decades of fierce opposition from powerful special interests, Democrats finally come together. They've beaten back the pharmaceutical industry and are prepared to give Medicare the power to negotiate lower drug prices, which I think is very, 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 very important, man. We need to negotiate cheaper prices for drugs. Every country in the world has the ability, the government has the ability to negotiate the prices for the drugs. We're the only country that's the Wild West. We're the only country that allows medicine on TV and them to have ads for medicine. No, most other countries don't allow that. You can't sell your medical products on TV, but we allow. We're just crazy, man. But we do need cheaper drugs, man. And I mean,
Yeah.
everybody's trying to fight against trying to make things more affordable. I don't understand it. I mean, we all been to the hospital. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous how much this shit
Yeah.
costs. I mean, it's really, really bad. I couldn't imagine how much it costs for your grandma. I mean, your mom
Yeah.
to go through. I know that was thousands and thousands of dollars of debt.
Over 100,000.
Holy crap!
And my mom can't even afford it right now. My stepdad is pretty much winging everything at this point.
It's crazy, and it's putting people in debt. It's making good Americans who've worked their whole life to move their family and their people forward, putting them in debt they can't even afford to do things for their homes. People becoming homeless because of healthcare. Now that is ridiculous.
When I had COVID and I ended up in the hospital, they didn't even know how to treat me, and they slapped me with a 2019 bill. I said, "Hi, but you didn't treat me." Well, the moment you walk in, just walk in the doors, you get a
That's a
charge.
bill,
You get a charge the moment you
right?
walk in the
And
door.
everything you use, bill, Q-tips,
Yeah.
bill. They're ridiculous.
$100 for one Q-tip.
Some places it matter what hospital you go to. Every hospital has different prices. That's the other part.
I believe in
that's crazy.
homeopathy,
Yeah, yeah. You gotta. I mean, you got to.
Native American medicine.
You have to try other things because it's so expensive.
I would say research
Yeah,
Dr. Sebi.
yeah. I mean, he definitely had some great ideas.
Yeah, he did.
You know, and I tell people all the time, you know, he had great ideas, but you can't follow everybody everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, he had great things that you can do, some things that you can't.
They
You
federally
know what I
tried
mean?
them and they lost.
Yeah, yeah. That too.
That says something.
He went to
Honduras.
yeah, Honduras. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, man, you have to. Always say, always try other things.
Look outside
You
textbook
have to.
protocol.
You have to. And you know, it may not be the answer for you. You know what I mean? And maybe something else to try. Try something different. You can try it. You know, it's a life, it's short.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just tough, man. I just wish
It's
that
about figuring out now which health lifestyle
mhm.
it's
Fits
your
you and it's working for
lifestyle.
you. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever it takes to see that next day and be comfortable in what you're doing. You know what I mean? You don't want to be doped up and drugged up.
Right.
Nobody wants that feeling, man. And nowadays what they're doing is just throwing you drugs.
with animals too.
Yeah.
Being a former vet technician and assistant
That's all
of
they wanna
5
do is
years.
just drug you up.
Well, you
Mhm.
understanding the dry dog food game in particular,
Mhm.
you know, if you really dive deep, you'll see how far the rabbit hole goes. That's what I will say. And that's one reason why I found it very hard to get back into that game too, just because of we're seeing more cases of liver, kidney, renal failure, um,
And pets.
disease of the heart in pets.
Because of the
And
food they give
I got to be really careful what I say.
Mhm.
But what I can say is I would take a closer look at how the lifestyle that you and your pet choose to
Yeah.
lead, because if not, you will pay the ultimate price. And I saw too much of it. So you have to like she said, you have to figure out what fits
Mhm.
for your active living.
That's real. Yeah, because everything it's not all gonna be uniform. You know what I mean? Some people gonna have different ways of doing things that may not work for them. But hey. But hopefully, man, we can get something passed on that. But in Phoenix, man shot during argument about yelling while playing a video game.
People are crazy.
And they're insane, man.
Don't let me and Uncle play 2K. Boy,
A man in his mid-20s was shot Thursday night by his roommate during an argument in their apartment on Central Avenue and Hatcher Road, according to police. Police say the man who was not yet identified who was found inside his apartment with multiple gunshot wounds has been taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. His roommate told 911 operators that he was the one who shot the man. So I don't know what game they was playing, man. It must be pretty important, boy.
2K.
Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem.
That's what that
Right.
2K. That's what that 2K do.
This boy is straight wild, and I
Man,
swear.
dude, it's so dumb, dude. I don't understand people. I guess they just bored. I do not get it. What you
Yeah.
got for us, Iesha? My bad. What?
I was just saying, me and you, we don't get heated, but we have disagreements.
You just don't know how to play, man.
I do know how to play to
Suck.
my abilities. Okay.
Suck.
Talk about pass the ball. What am I gonna pass the ball
Yeah,
for?
man,
I know how to scope by myself.
And then get
I'm Kobe, okay?
swatted.
Okay, Jimmy, that's all I'm gonna say on that.
Right.
I'm like Kobe, okay? I pump fake off the back.
I haven't played a video game since I was 16.
More like
I haven't
dribble,
stopped
dribble.
since
Yeah,
I was
16
born.
years
I don't
old.
know what's wrong with me. I'll probably never stop. I'll be
Right.
an old ass man
Right.
playing video games.
But this week in Habari News, you should see there's a picture, Jimmy, with a bunch of kids, the
Mhm.
YMCA.
Gotcha.
And
That's the
now,
one.
this week's Habari
David said
News.
Mortal Kombat 11.
Now we'll play that though.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
started some
You
arguments
play
last
that
night.
and press a whole bunch of buttons.
Press all the buttons.
Man, that makes me mad. People just press buttons to win.
Yeah,
How
that's what they
you?
do.
every time. But anyway, this week, some teenagers in Chandler, they decided to draft policies to tackle homelessness
Okay.
within the local YMC summer program they have. Teens Emily Ellis and Alina Avacito. I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing the last name, as I always do. I do everything, you know. But them and a team from the Scottsdale YMCA for the past 6 weeks have been under pressure preparing to participate in the YMCA's Model City Summer Project,
Okay.
which is a program designed to give Arizona youth a taste of the process of local government.
That's dope.
Um,
Yeah.
So they go in and they learn all the ins and outs of how does a bill become a bill, how to draft policies and things
Wow.
like that.
Yeah. It makes me think of that cartoon I used to watch where this little bill would sing and it would tell you how to become a bill. What was that?
Schoolhouse Rock.
There you go. Schoolhouse Rock.
Oh.
You remember that?
Oh my God.
That a dude he was singing how to become a bill.
3 magic. That's
Yeah, man. That used to be the shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
But yeah.
But the program's director, Patrick Cody,
Mhm.
he's the director of the teams program in Scottsdale, and says that that teams from 5 different East Valley YMCAs were tasked with coming up with a solution focused on homelessness
Wow.
in the city of Chandler.
Uh-huh.
They set out and did all their research, and the teams dove into the data to find out the most common reasons people find themselves homeless.
Yeah.
They discovered that substance abuse,
Yeah.
low employment,
Yeah.
and mental illnesses
Mhm.
were the driving factors for
Definitely.
homelessness.
Definitely.
Eventually, they decided that a multi-prong approach
Mhm.
would help.
And these are little kids.
These are teenagers.
Wow.
These are teenagers.
Right. Teenagers have came up with a better idea than adults have came up with in 400 years.
Definitely. Their multi-pronged approach includes adding more housing and eventually getting individuals off the streets
Yeah.
permanently.
Yeah.
They came up with the idea to just upgrade some of the existing shelters.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of the ideas were to buy and use the old motels.
I've been saying that for 20 years.
I've been saying that for
Ever.
forever.
Why don't we buy these old hotels, man, and give people little run rooms for they can sit in
Yep.
there until we get them into a placed home?
Yep, and
Right.
it's like that. It's just by buying old hotels and buildings and things like that,
Mhm.
motels,
Yeah.
that would not only help with homelessness, but
Right.
it reduces the cost of having to have additional developments created.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
man. I don't understand. And then we have so much abandoned buildings,
Yeah.
so many abandoned homes. Why can't we give it to these people until they get on their feet, man?
exactly.
I would say they should be given a time allotment as far as the financial backing or support that they get
Mhm,
and
mhm.
receive.
Oh yeah,
And,
definitely.
yeah, and then they should have regulations, protocols put in place
Yeah.
to help them find, just like those companies that help you find jobs.
Right.
They should be given a timeline as far as getting their life together, finding the right job. We give them that support, whatever is needed to get them that job.
That's real.
Start them out within their first few weeks. Give them at least 6 months in,
Yeah.
and then after that 6 months, we see where they stand
Right.
financially, emotionally.
That's real, man.
And everything that you guys have just said
Mhm.
is exactly
What they're saying.
what the teenagers
That-
in this
they're
program
smart
is wanting
kids,
to
man.
implement.
But are we
Smart
gonna
kids.
are we gonna put the money into that?
That's real. But the thing is, I say too,
That's the thing.
we put all
Chandler
this
City
money.
Council
Uh-huh.
did say
Yeah.
that they were going to go over it, review it with them,
Right.
and implement one of the items
We'll
in the
see.
near future.
Who we know in Chandler?
O.D. Harris.
O.D. Harris. What you gonna do about that, O.D.?
Right. The teenagers even provided a estimated budget
Uh-huh.
with infrastructuring of housing assistance
Okay.
as one of the first prongs. Others address specific drivers of homelessness with the housing plan. Residents would be required to abstain from substance abuse. They would be required to get treatment for substance abuse
Right.
and mental health
Definitely.
issues.
Definitely.
And mental health would be offered on site along with job training.
Yeah. That's real.
I agree.
That's 100% real.
They want to
Those-
give you a place where you can stay
Uh-huh.
as a starting place,
Right.
but they want to help you move forward and more likely making it into transitional housing.
Right. Right.
You're homeless,
Yeah.
we're going to put you in this one
And that's-
bedroom
and that's-
place,
that's
and then
all
you can
people-
transition
That's
into
all people want.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
all we want.
But you
And
have to
then-
meet the
hmm
obviously the protocols put in
Right.
place up to like
Exactly.
6 months, and we see where you stand from that
Definitely.
moment forward.
Yep.
Definitely. And if it's more you having substance abuse issues and that's still your issue, then we send you back to you to get that. And we just can't leave people on the street.
It's like being in reform school pretty much.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and that's exactly what the teenagers in one of the other groups that was in the groups, they said one of the ideas that was pitched was to help educate and train those who are homeless
Mhm.
in different trades,
Right.
eventually leading them
To
job
careers,
opportunities.
Yeah.
definitely. And the amount of money that we spend on the drug war, going around putting people in jail for drugs,
could be spent on homelessness
Exactly.
and
Let's help.
retraining and
People
educating
are
people.
going to do. Dog, how long? Since Nixon, we've been doing the drug war?
The CIA.
I mean, it's not going anywhere, bro.
Everyone's
Drugs-
working together.
Right. Drugs is not going anywhere.
No, everyone's
Obviously,
working together.
We let drugs in.
Yep.
And
We funded it.
dog,
We funded it.
Right.
just forget it, man. Let's stop the war on drugs. Let's just start helping people to get off the drugs. Or I believe, and people disagree with me on this, we can make it like they do in Europe and all the Europe and Amsterdam and all the
Just
places.
make it legal.
Yeah.
Go and do your heroin in this place with a doctor who at least can give you the needles and make sure that you don't.
The clinics where they
leave
can go in
needles
and get their
everywhere.
clean needles and things like that.
Hey,
and
some people just gonna do this shit. Some people just crazy.
And
This is
they
what
have-
want to do.
those types of clinics,
Yeah,
they prevent
a lot of shit.
a lot of overdoses.
AIDS, overdoses. They print
All
it's
types
so
of
much things, and
diseases.
then the people are not vulnerable on the streets, laid out.
And if they do have an overdose, the nurses and the doctors that are there in the
Right,
clinics
to help them out.
are able to assist them.
Right. So I mean, what else can we do, man?
I do want to say, speak on this real quick. I need you to understand that you have significance. I'm seeing a lot of people go through these difficult times, these
Yeah, man.
trying times. I've just
Mhm.
lost 2 friends. One passed away 2 days ago.
Holy crap.
We believe to be somewhat drug related,
Mhm.
but he didn't wake up. And then another one of my former friends and lender
Right.
OD'd,
Man.
and we found that out as well, like 2 days ago. Melanie Lane, much love, and Matt Hill included. It's a difficult time seeing
Yes,
a
it
lot of
is,
your
man.
friends just
It is.
choose to tap out.
It is, man.
And I really want to stress the importance of helping people understand that they themselves are important.
Mhm.
They have significance.
That's real.
It's not worth it to just tap out, to give in, to give up, to throw the towel in.
Yeah.
And I really need us to do a better job. And I really mean this. We need to do a better job of coming together and reaching out to our friends,
That's real, man.
checking in on them.
Yep.
Do a homie check in.
Yeah.
Check up on them, call them, because I'm seeing too many people
Yeah, man.
just decide it's time to quit.
It's gone.
I just want to quit.
Yeah. And it's bad now. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. Is that all you have, Mom?
And we can go into Hollywood hot mess.
You're Let's do the sports real fast.
Cool.
Because it's quick. Let's see.
Lakers suck, Suns suck, Golden State on top, Bucks all right.
Habari Sports.
All right, let's go into sports here. We got Phoenix Suns. They signed DeAndre Ayton to a $133 million max deal, matching the Pacers,
Make a
who
clap.
set a record placing deal. I don't know, man. I don't
Comic
know.
Book Corner.
My bad. I don't know if I want to do applause or because it's such a messed up situation, man. Because they made you feel like they didn't want the kid, and then they go and sign him. Then we just kind of confused on what's going on, man. A lot of people was like, I don't, you never heard about how good he was until they were talking about getting rid of him, until the Pacers signed him. And then everybody was like, "Oh, he's so good. I don't understand what the Suns. He's
Because they thought they
giving
were
you
going to get
18 to
KD.
10, and and that's my other thing. Is like, obviously,
You don't know what
I don't think that we're gonna be able to get
Right.
Kevin Durant
Anymore.
because we can't. There's no way we can't trade him. You can't trade Aiden for a year now.
Yeah, we can't trade Booker.
So you can't trade Booker. So
Give up everybody else and keep Ayton and Booker.
unless you're giving up Chris Paul, is really not working financially.
I wouldn't give up.
So I mean, it's not looking good.
Yeah,
keep
Chris
them
Paul's
three, get rid of everybody else.
It's not looking good. It looked like we running out there with the same team we had last year, pretty much.
Without Ayton. And
Aiden,
JaVale.
Yeah, Aiden will be there. JaVale, where you go?
I think
Charlotte or Dallas? He went to
He went to
Dallas.
Dallas.
He went to Dallas. But anyway, yeah, man. So I don't know what's gonna happen, man, with KD and Kyrie. To me, it's looking more and more like the Nets just gonna make the boys play. Like, hey, this team play ball.
Chill out.
For real, that's how it's looking, man. It's not looking like they're gonna give up any one of those guys. But let's see here.
Comic Book Corner.
Going on to the comic books,
then
we got
it says David said then hours after the restricted free agent center, he agreed to a four-year deal worth $133 million. Suns matched offers.
Yeah, that's what I just said. My
I know, I'm just reading it.
Okay, thank you.
I just point out I know how to read. That's what I was trying to point out.
I did. I was wondering sometimes. For anyone who's been watching Miss Marvel, the finale confirmed that Kamala Harris was
Khan.
Did I just say Harris?
Yeah, you did.
Wow. Not the vice president, dog. Anyway,
Kamala Harris. I don't think she got superpowers.
I don't think she does. But yeah, she looked like they came out the big reveal where she was a mutant, which was pretty dope. You know what I mean? I
You
thought
probably just spoiled that for somebody.
I don't care. Spoilers. spoilers.
She
Nothing but the spoilers. That's what we do. But yeah, man, she's a mutant,
so
and
she's
I
the
think that's
introduction to
dope.
the X-Men?
Yeah, she's the first person that
Other
they've
than
confirmed
yeah,
as being a mutant.
other than
Who?
Xavier.
Oh yeah. But did they even call him a mutant in that
No.
shit? Not really. And then that's also a different world. That
Yeah, that
wasn't
is a
this
different
world.
universe.
Right. So in this universe, it's the first person to be confirmed as a mutant.
He was like,
They
your DNA, it looks kind of mutated.
right. And then they played the little, X-Men animated series
Theme
music.
song.
Right. So that was pretty dope, man. And I thought the ending was cool with Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel popping in and them, switching places. But it looks like the rings aren't really giving her powers. They're just some type
Yeah,
of
the bangle, I don't think it's
yeah,
what's giving
no,
her the
it's
power.
she looks like she has mutant powers.
I think the bangle unlocked her powers.
Mm. But it seems though that this is some type of Kree or scroll or some type power from that because it's connected to her. But we'll see in the Miss Marvel in the Marvels, right?
In the Marvels.
That's coming up. I thought it was pretty good, man. It was kitty. You know what I mean? Like I said, all 6 episodes. I thought it was kind of like I agree with people that it was kind of rushed. They should put more episodes. They should do maybe 8 to 10. I agree with people saying that. But all in all, man, I do like where they're going with it, man. I don't really think they can do too much wrong. You have to just really fuck it up really bad, make this a bad show. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like I said, it's kitty. It has some bad parts, but for it to be horrible, you have to really mess this up, man. It's a decent story that's already set up for you. It's a layup, man.
I
But
do feel that a lot of the Marvel shows have been rushed.
yeah. They kind of rush some stuff. They kind of everything at the end. They try to fit everything in the end of the last episode instead of kind of flushing the
Hawkeye was
story
Because
out.
good.
they
Hawkeye
could
was
give
really
us
good though.
like you
Yeah,
said, 2
Hawkeye
more
was good.
episodes and
Yeah,
we'll be straight.
it would have been if just to get a little bit more information about what's going on.
Yeah,
But-
stop trying to make reruns and stuff that doesn't need to be a rerun of.
Right.
Like Fast and the Furious.
Oh my goodness.
Like, let's not get started on
Bro,
that.
there's
Just
like
Uh,
15 Fast
leave
and
that
Furious
thing
movies.
alone. Now they're in space. Like, just leave it alone.
Please stop. Somebody.
Now
All right.
they finna go against Jurassic Park. That's the next movie. Then the
How
Transformers.
many Jurassic Parks is there?
6.
I know it's a lot.
As many as the Fast and the Furious movies.
Von Rebel said, "I like Fast and the Furious." There's like 40 of them.
I couldn't watch Fast Part 2, man. That was after the Tokyo Drift. I think that was the second one with Bow Wow in it.
Tokyo Drift was bad.
Yeah,
That was horrible.
Yeah, that was
After
it.
that one,
I didn't like that
But
one.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was it for me.
Then he had the Hulk truck. I was like, "What is that?"
Then they started bringing in Tyrese.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
And they brought in
what
Tyrese.
more do you want from me,
Yeah.
people? What more do you want from me?
Hey, y'all watch the movies that much, y'all can quote them.
That's not even from the movie. That's
50
him.
Cent straight clown on that dude.
Yeah, that's not the movie.
Now
He-
that's
I think
a hot mess.
he is. He was
Get
like,
ready for the week's Hollywood Hot Mess with Iesha Rowan.
So this weekend, Hollywood Hot Mess, we are going to go ahead and discuss Ricky Martin. I know some of you guys
She
may
bangs. She bangs. Ain't that Ricky Martin?
have. I don't know.
Y'all don't even know that. You
I
don't
don't even know
the
who
dude's
he
songs?
is.
You don't know who Ricky Martin
"Wait,
is.
Nope.
I disagree with Stephanie
Oh my god.
I sure
because
don't.
she said, they need to make another Transformers movie. Bring back Mark Wahlberg."
No, they do not. I 100% disagree. I am so sick of the Transformers.
Oh my.
Why it's like big buildings
Autobots,
running around through
roll
this.
out.
I don't know, man. I don't like dude. The dude who does those movies. I don't like him. I forget the dude that do that movie.
The director?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
I
like
know
his movies,
exactly who
bro.
you're talking about.
Visually, they dope.
They all explosions.
But dog, his movies, man. nah.
Ooh, I know his name. It's on the tip of
Yeah,
my
I forget dude's
tongue.
name, man.
But anywho,
Stephanie, what's her name? What's the name? I forget dude's name. She'll tell us.
I know his name. He's Michael
Ricky
Bay.
Martin.
Michael Bay.
There you go.
Michael Bay.
There you
anyways,
go. And he's always racist too, man. Why the black Autobots always got to get murdered in like 2 seconds and sound all what's up, dog? What's your, and then he kills him like instantly, like always.
What
My bad. He do him like that, dog. The one, it was a little. They was in the beginning. They was like hip hop. Man, they killed them so fast. G.
What movie? What? I think Tyrese was one of the Transformers.
I don't know. He was in the Transformer. He's in those movies too, man.
Yep.
My bad.
But Ricky Martin is facing 50 years in prison. If convicted of domestic violence, a new report on Friday from the Spanish news website Marca identifies Martin's accuser as his 21-year-old nephew, Dennis Yadel Sanchez,
Okay.
which would also introduce incest into the case in Puerto Rico.
But what I'm trying to figure out is why was it rape?
So apparently, from what I've been able to gather, Ricky Martin and his 21-year-old nephew
Had a
spent
relationship.
7 months in a relationship, and once the relationship ended, Martin didn't like that.
And so it was some domestic violence type stuff going on.
Right.
I don't like that's yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people?
I don't know. That ain't it.
He was trying to keep it in the family.
No, I don't want to hear that joke. That joke is not.
Yeah, incest is definitely weird.
Yeah.
He
so
says, and I mean, we should have showed at the bottom of the screen. He definitely
Yeah, it showed.
said that he's not he's very innocent and all this stuff is untrue. He has came out stating that.
yeah,
So
he's
this is what they're saying. So we don't know for sure what's going
according
on.
to Martin's lawyers and things like that, they're saying that the nephew is experiencing some very deep mental health issues right now. So
Hey man, I'm not gonna jump on Rick. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what's going on, but it's not looking good.
as more comes out,
yeah,
we'll keep you
see.
updated on
I mean,
that.
he'll go to trial and see what happens on that.
Definitely.
But,
But in other news, Boozy Badass.
Let's get ready to play trivia.
BOLSIEDAZZ. That's me. Write me
what about
down.
him?
Boozy Badass this week has claiming that the car that he was riding in was pulled over and he was handcuffed because he's famous.
It happened.
Georgia police say that this is not the case. Police say that Boozy was riding shotgun in a black Cadillac SUV when the police pulled over the car for heavy window tint and concealed tags. Concealed tags meaning that the license plate cover, they weren't able to see the license plate.
Man, they on some bullshit.
During the
Go find
traffic
some
stop,
murderers, man.
right? During the traffic stop, they say that they were cuffed, and that the police say that they cuffed Boozy and the driver, and that's what sent Boozy on an anti-police
Man,
rant.
yeah, man. That's dumb. I'm getting handcuffed because I got some tint.
Right.
And the tint is on my license plates.
Exactly.
Man, get up out of here, man.
Georgia police is also stating that the car's temporary license plate was allegedly obstructed, and
so
they could not check it.
I don't hear of no crimes that said that I should be handcuffed.
So that was part of one of the main reasons why they stopped him.
They had nothing else better to do, sound like to me.
They said that Boozy's criminal history did not play a role for him being handcuffed.
Yeah.
Officers are also stating that
why would I have to be handcuffed because my tint?
Another reason why they were handcuffed is because they smelled marijuana in the car. Man, so they were going. They performed a search of the vehicle, and for officer safety, they needed to cuff both occupants of the vehicle.
So that means people gonna start shooting.
Vaughn said, "No, they always do that. I had to go through that too. They always try you."
Man, that's why, like I said, man, I can't live. I don't know how they living in Georgia right now, and weed is not legal. I don't. Hey, man, I was so pissed here when we didn't pass it
the first time.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. That is their
something
main
that naturally
thing.
grows.
That's how the main thing they use to get you is I smell marijuana. Like, man, and then they probably smoke weed at home themselves.
Does this ever happen to Sammy Davis Jr.?
I don't know.
I think it did.
Yeah.
What?
Back during those times when Sammy was still here. And I wonder if those things ever happened to him.
Probably.
Probably worse happened.
Somebody said Georgia is dirty.
Yeah, Georgia's, man, outside of Atlanta, the suburbs of Atlanta, it's a tough state, man. You don't want to be caught out there, man.
Yeah, I've been to
And,
Atlanta once. Atlanta's nice.
Atlanta's nice, but
like if you go
you go out there and start seeing those them rebel flags waving.
That real estate though, the real estate out there though, cheaper than Arizona.
Cheap, baby, cheap. That's why
And you
people
get like
are
a 5-bedroom, 3 bath.
running to the south right now.
Mm-hmm.
They running to the south. It's and for real. The
They
amount of
running
people
from here to Texas, Atlanta.
moving north to south right now. That's the migration right now, man. Everybody going south because the land is so cheap. But it's already a big fight happening in Atlanta right now because of the amount of people moving from the north coming down, and now it's just this big political fight, and it's starting in Atlanta. Gonna go across the south because people are getting out of the north. It costs too much to live up here. You know what I mean? So
I just might move down. I just might just move to New Jersey, buy the Soprano house, and play with the Ducks.
That's a nice house, man.
Yeah,
it is.
Multi-million-dollar home, sure. So what we got? We got the game.
Yep, we got the game.
All right, let's see.
good luck.
All right,
Let's get ready to play trivia for loot. Sponsored
Comic
by Corner.
Sponsored by Comic Big Corner.
Right.
Comic Big Corner.
Sponsored by nobody.
No one.
Dun, dun,
So,
dun.
Matt,
Yeah.
in trivia for the loot, there are a total of 10 questions we'll ask you.
Okay.
This is to test your knowledge.
Okay.
If you get 7 out of the 10 correct, we will donate to your charity of choice.
All right. That's good.
Okay? All right. Question 1 is, who is considered the first female self-made millionaire in the U.S.?
Oh wow. Aunt Jemima?
No.
No.
Oh.
But it is. Did you close though?
Madam C.J. Walker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not close in names, but in the way
Skin
they
tone.
look. Right. They both black. It's about for you.
I was thinking Oprah, but
Aunt Jemima didn't get paid much.
No, she
unfortunately.
didn't.
But Madam C.J. Walker, there's a lot of movies about her, and
It was Intrinsic Wealth, though. Intrinsic Wealth.
yeah, and she built with the health care products, right?
Hair care
Hair care
products.
products. What I say, healthcare? Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know where you got healthcare from,
Yeah,
but
she
all
was
of her
doing-
products are for hair,
Yeah.
hair growth,
Mm-hmm.
dandruff, shampoos.
Yeah, man.
What about Washington with peanut butter?
No, he got gypped.
Yeah.
Jiffy and them took all the money.
You got gypped.
Yeah. That one was good. I give it. That one was good.
You got gypped.
Question 2. Which 2 states share the most borders with other states?
Man.
You might have.
New Mexico?
I know that's
Let's get ready to play trivia.
not that.
Which 2 states share the most borders with other states?
Utah.
I'm gonna say California.
Both wrong.
Arkansas.
That's
Texas.
going to be
I don't know.
Kansas.
y'all all over the place.
Mississippi. New Hampshire.
Tennessee and Missouri, I believe. Go ahead and hit the next
What?
slide. You will see the answers.
How does that make sense?
Tennessee and Missouri.
How we from St. Louis?
Because-
Never mind.
Tennessee touches 5 states.
Tennessee is
I didn't even
long.
know that.
You're
weird,
as
man.
smooth
I would have said California.
as Tennessee whiskey.
I did say California. I was wrong. All right.
Next question. Which 2 countries have the longest shared international border?
Oh my goodness.
Canada and America.
That's a hard one, man.
Any other guesses?
China and Russia.
Africa and no, it's by itself.
Africa is
Hawaii?
Yeah, it's by itself. I'm tripping.
Here, yeah.
Jimmy had it right the first time.
Oh, look
What?
at me.
It is Canada and the United States.
Wow.
And I'm not cheating this time. I'm just letting you know.
He guessed.
Oh, I didn't. They right next to each other, and we live in one.
And that is a long border, though.
It is.
Yeah.
True or false?
First question right without cheating. Yeah.
San Francisco is a city built on ships?
True.
True.
I have no idea, man.
It is true.
Oh,
Oh my
how
God.
is it built on ships?
Oh.
I'm confused.
Oh yeah.
When I was reading the article, it was saying that back in the day when they were first migrating and things like that, a lot of people came over, was migrated through ships and stuff.
Mhm.
And the land, I guess, wasn't that great. And a lot of the stuff burned and they just rebuilt over it. And I think it's about 70 miles
What the hell?
I think it's 70 miles was just where the train goes through the hulls of the ships.
That's crazy. But anyway,
Yeah. So, next question is, this U.S. president named the White House?
Thomas Jefferson.
Theodore Roosevelt.
I think it was a.
It is Theodore Roosevelt,
Yeah, that was like
known as Teddy.
Because
Because remember, we got 2 Roosevelts.
yeah. Teddy and I don't know the other.
Next question. The first realtors were called what?
Pioneers. Pilgrims. African Americans.
Illuminati.
They did not teach me this in real estate school.
Wakandans.
Yeah, Illuminati. No, the
Advisors?
I know what it's called. Asgardians. That was funny.
Wow.
Advisors?
No.
Wait, what did he go say?
They were called curbstoners.
Not the answer.
Wow. I'm gonna put that on my
The
marketing.
first realtors literally
Curb stompers.
Yeah, so like
it literally took them 12 hours
Mm-hmm.
and they could only showcase or sell one home at a time. They would literally sit on the curb and wait for the homeowner to be like, they putting this house up for sale, and they would go over and be like, boom, this is me. And they would compete with each other and sit on the curb and see how many people they could come in and get to show the house and before they
Wow.
can get it under contract. Now I think it's about 2 hours max.
Wow. I
Um,
don't know that.
the next question. It is illegal to keep what in bathtubs in Arkansas?
Your sister.
Fish?
Your nephew?
Cousins.
You know they like that old insect. Teeth. They don't take many baths
Toothbrush.
in Arkansas, do they?
Soap.
No.
You lived in Arkansas, didn't you?
Barely.
You from there, dog.
I lived there for a year. You just told you give me a whole argument to talk about you're not from there. You give me a whole argument. You be giving me a whole argument
from
talk
Arkansas,
about,
bro.
No, you give me a whole argument talk about you ain't from Arkansas. You only lived there for a
You
year.
from Arkansas, dog.
That would be
What is it?
alligators.
That's random.
Wow.
You got some stupid ass laws in Arkansas, man.
What you be doing with an alligator even in your bathtub?
Right.
Don't ask me. I'm black.
Look,
so-
you got an alligator in your bathtub, sir. You come on with us.
Right.
You would think that'd be in Australia. Crikey.
True or false? The Hollywood sign was originally
I know
to
this.
promote real estate.
True.
False.
He was correct.
True. I
It
knew
is true.
Yep, it was all set up for the homes that was built
And the
in
original
and it was
sign
Hollywood,
was Hollywood
land.
land.
Yeah.
Go. I know a little bit.
In the early 20th century, you could purchase mail order homes from this company.
Sky Mall?
Amazon.
Sky Mall is such a ripoff.
That's going to be Sears.
Sears, you could buy houses from Sears.
Yes,
But
you
dog,
could literally, and they cost $29.98.
Sears.
20
People
$3,000.
don't people don't understand that what Sears was and what they were the forefront for.
Amazon.
They were exactly. If without them, there would be no Amazon
There would
because
be
they
no
were
Amazon.
they were the people that gave this idea of getting things ordered.
They got a
and sent
catalog.
home.
You sent the
Right. They
catalog.
just took the shit and put it online.
Yep.
That's all it's done.
If only they had mail-in order wives. That'd be really
A lot of people do that
You
too.
can probably find one online.
You can.
Next question is, What
Mm.
is the capital of Singapore?
Singapore.
Dang, I don't know.
I don't even know.
I don't either.
Jimmy is correct.
What?
It is Singapore
What the fuck?
because Singapore is an island, city, and state.
Yay, go me.
That's a confusing ass shit right there, boy.
Go me.
How you a city and a state? And I understand that being an island, but how the fuck is this? Okay, like it's New York, I guess.
It's like Long Island.
Singapore.
Shout out to my Long Island people.
Thank you for playing. I think that was hard, so
I got the hardest question right because of Google.
Nobody would. Yeah, you
He be over there
I
cheating.
cheated that time. That time I did.
Cheating. All right, man. Yeah, I think Stephanie said it right. Singapore. Dang. Well, that's dope. Nobody else gets anything. No winning.
LOL. I'm laughing at what Dip just said.
What'd I say?
I don't know. It probably
Oh.
wasn't funny.
Who knows? Probably about your big ass head.
I know you not talking. All your shirts is stressed out.
Shut up. Anyway, thank
loose
you
collar
for playing,
shirts.
Matt, man. Thanks for coming.
Hey,
I
thank
really
you, guys.
appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Where can people reach out to you if they want to get you higher as you as a
As a realtor. Yeah,
And,
they can search, through your website, through the podcast itself. My name's there. You know what to do to find me. I'd be glad to help you and assist you in the real estate market.
Mhm.
And thank you guys again for having me.
No
Truly a
problem.
blessing.
No problem, man. And it was dope to learn from you. And
Yeah.
and you what's your Facebook or your
Same
online
name,
media?
Matt
Same name?
Derdivanis.
All right. So
And then your AZ real estate agent on Instagram.
there you go, man. And catch up with them. We're definitely going to be using his services to help
Sure.
us to figure out where we need to go for the future. And then anybody else who wants to figure out where they want to go on getting your home or buying a home and start building a wealth for your family and your future, this is a great guy to talk to.
Thank you.
So we appreciate everybody for watching. Thanks. And this is Habari Live for 37. Peace.
Holla, holla.
Thanks for watching another episode of Habari Live. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and get updates on news, the podcast, and more. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to visit www.habarientertainment.com. See you next week. Peace.
So luscious.
Don't start doing this. I'm putting you out.